This will be the first real test for us as a new squad.
Lauren, we're through the bulk of pre-season now, heading towards the start of the championship season. How have you kind of found the last couple of months to get embedded into the role?
It's been very different, I think, from day one to where we are now. Coming in with a very small squad and having to build that through to the point we're at now, where we've had 2 pre-season games, we've got depth in the squad, we've got some really talented players in there. I think every day has been really different, and that's actually been exciting, and I've loved every minute so far.
You touched on it there, the recruitment. You've brought in 9 new players. 5 of the academy girls have come up to be a part of the first team group. Quite the transition when you look at it, like you say, from day one.
Yeah, and those academy girls that we're talking about, them players have done really well. They've stepped straight in, put a challenge in, working hard, doing everything that is asked of a first team player. So that really shows what the club's about as well. Just moving up when you're ready. If you're good enough, you're old enough, and that's what they've proved. And when they've stepped in and they really kind of put in the other players as well up against those challenges. So it's been really good in terms of that. The players we've brought in have obviously added a lot more depth and a different bit of experience, whether that's experience here or in the championship or wherever they've come from. Actually together now we've got quite a diverse squad in their experiences to this point, so really pleased with how the overall squad is looking right now.
You touched on it there, there's varying degrees of experience within the players that you've brought in, but they all add their own unique quality and, like you say, experience to that group that will benefit the group for the season to come.
Yeah, and that was part of the plan, was to make sure we've got youth, we've got experience, but experience doesn't mean age, it means different experiences. If you look at Satara, for example, her experience has been in the WSL, in America, playing national squad, as well as like Sophion, who play for Wales. So between them, there's lots of different parts, and at the moment it's gelling that together, which they're doing very, very quickly, which I'm really pleased with. I thought it'd be a longer process, but right now we're hitting our stride in these pre-season games within the first 15-20 minutes, which is great.
That gelling element, like you say, it is so important, isn't it? And looking at the squad, like you say, they're coming together nicely. There's hopefully some more additions to come as well, which could lead to having a really strong squad come bank holiday weekend and away to Crystal Palace.
Yeah, and that's the prize right now, isn't it? We're working towards that first day of the season, getting minutes in our legs, and actually then starting to look at who's the best starting 11 for that particular game. You can see that there's a real buzz around. Just now the fixtures are out, the date's in, and we're starting to build towards that schedule. So there's a great buzz in terms of the squad ready for that day. I think it's going to be an exciting day.
As part of those preparations, Lewis are here this weekend at the Robins High Performance Centre, a championship opponent. They're going to be familiar. We played them on the first home game of the season as well. What are you expecting from this weekend's test?
This will be the first real test for us as a new squad. In those link-ups that we've started to build is actually in the league that we're in. Lewis have been there, done it for a few seasons now, know what they're about, and we're a fresh team. And I think that in terms of that's going to be a big challenge for us, linking up but playing a higher opponent than we've done so far. So I think it's going to be an interesting test. It could go either way, and of course we have them early in the season. That was always going to be the case, wasn't it?
And what are you kind of looking for from your group in the action this weekend? Because there's going to be some supporters here as well, albeit a small number. Entertainment,
I hope. Up to this point, we've scored quite a few goals in the first couple of games of the season, so hopefully take into this next challenge. But also, there's been a lot of different aspects of how we will want to play, and I'm not expecting to see that throughout the game because it's new. But as long as we start seeing snippets and little sparks of what we've been working on, hopefully the fans will enjoy that and we'll get a good result.